3. Write a newspaper report on A. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. B. The Simon Commission. Answer A. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. On 13th April 1919, a large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. Some to protest against the British government's repressive measures, others to attend the annual Baisakhi fair. These people were unaware of the imposition of martial law in the city. General Dyer, the commander, blocked the exit points from the Bagh and opened fire upon the innocent citizens. Dyer's intention was to produce a moral effect and terrorize satyagrahis. Hundreds of innocent people, including women and children, were killed and wounded due to this indiscriminate firing by the British soldiers, which ultimately led to nationwide outrage. Jallianwala Bagh incident was the most brutal incident in the history of India. B. The Simon Commission. The Simon Commission was constituted by the Tory government in Britain under Sir John Simon. The objective of the commission was to look into the functioning of the constitutional system in India and suggest some constitutional changes. But nationalists in India opposed the commission because it had not a single Indian member. Therefore, when the Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928, it was greeted with the slogan, "Go back, Simon." All parties, including Congress and the Muslim League, participated in the demonstrations. Question 4. Compare the images of Bharat Mata in this chapter with the image of Germania in chapter 1. Answer. First, the image of Germania was the symbol of German nation, whereas the image of Bharat Mata was the symbol of Indian nation. Second, both images inspired nationalists who worked very hard to unify their respective countries and to attain a liberal nation. Third, the image of Bharat Mata is different from that of Germania in the sense that the former reflects the religious basis of its making. Fourth, the image of Bharat Mata painted by Abanindranath Tagore is bestowed with learning, food, clothing, and some ascetic quality also. Another painting of Bharat Mata, in which we find Mata holding Trishul and standing beside a lion and an elephant, symbols of power and authority. This image appears to be more akin to the image of Germania, where she holds a sword and a shield. Question 5. List all the different social groups which joined the non-cooperation movement of 1921. Then choose any 3 and write about their hopes and struggles to show why they joined the movement. Answer. The different social groups that joined the non-cooperation movement of 1921 were A. Middle-class people of the society comprising students, teachers, lawyers, etc. B. Different political parties except the Justice Party of Madras. C. Peasants of Awadh led by Baba Ramchandra. D. Plantation workers of Assam. E. Tribals of Andhra Pradesh led by Alluri Sitaram Raju. Given below are brief discussions about some of the social groups which show why they joined the non-cooperation movement. Peasants of Awadh. The conditions of peasants of Awadh were very bad. They did not have their own land and had to cultivate the landlords' fields. The landlords demanded high rents and also forced them to do free labor. If these peasants failed to pay the rent in time, they were thrown out of their lands, as well as the crops grown by them. Often they were trapped into debt cycle. Baba Ramchandra, a sannyasi, led this poor peasants' movement and established Audh Kisan Sabha in 1920. This movement later merged with the non-cooperation Khilafat movement. Tribals of Andhra Pradesh. The tribals of Andhra Pradesh revolted against the policy of British government to enclose the large forests, as a result of which they were deprived of their livelihood and traditional rights. Under the leadership of Alluri Sitaram Raju, who firmly believed in Gandhi except his non-violent methods of attaining freedom, tribals rebelled against the British government. They joined the non-cooperation movement, but violent. They hoped that this could only end the British rule and bring Gandhi Raj when they will be able to regain their lost ground. Plantation workers. The British government, after enacting the Inland Emigration Act of 1859, restricted the plantation workers of Assam from leaving the tea gardens without permission. Plantation workers wanted freedom to move about and retain links with the villages they came from. When they heard of the non-cooperation movement, thousands of them defied the authorities, left the plantations, and headed home. They believed that Gandhi Raj would come and everyone would be given land in their own villages. Question 6. Discuss the Salt March to make clear why it was an effective symbol of resistance against colonialism. Answer. The Salt March was an effective symbol of resistance against colonialism because it was done in revolt against a commodity, salt, used by the rich and the poor alike. The tax on salt and the government monopoly over its production was a severely oppressive administrative move. The Salt March was effective also because Gandhiji met a large number of commoners during the march, and he taught them the true meaning of Swaraj and non-violence. By peacefully defying a law and making salt against government orders, Gandhiji set forth an example to the whole nation on how the oppressor could be controlled in a non-violent manner. This also led to the civil disobedience movement in 1930. Question 7. Imagine you are a woman participating in the civil disobedience movement. Explain what the experience meant to your life. Answer. A woman participating in the civil disobedience movement. Facts. Salt manufactured. Foreign cloth boycotted. Liquor shops picketed. Peaceful satyagrahis attacked, including women and children. Brutal repression. Many women went to jail as well, mostly from high castes and rich families, saw national service as a sacred duty. Question A. Why did political leaders differ sharply over the question of separate electorates? Answer. Political leaders represented different classes and communities of Indian society. They differed sharply over the question of separate electorates, mainly because of the differences in their opinion. These leaders wanted to uplift the status of their followers by securing some special political rights through separate electorates for them. But Congress Party, especially Gandhiji, was of the opinion that separate would further slow down the freedom movement and also adversely affect the unity of the country. He feared that such a system of separate electorates would give rise to communalism and divide the country into numerous fragments.